if you like memes like I like memes, you've probably seen the one with Charlie Murphy. I think it was on the off the Chappelle show, and he's just like kind of sitting there, and he's like looking down, and his face is all solemn. Well, when I get just pure idiotic comments on my videos, and these are people, whether or not they're, I like I said, I don't know if these people are black or not, but if they're not black, they damn sure played a part. They need an Oscar award for their part in just pretending. Like, I don't know. But I read a comment that was so stupid. I think my mind is still blown off of it. So this person, they wrote like a little paragraph, because of course, people who don't know they don't know me. Like, they don't personally know me. I mean, they make comments like they don't personally know me, but they don't know me from nobody. And for whatever reason, and I maybe someone can explain it to me in the comment section. Why is that one video that I made it's still blowing up a year later? Like, is it, like, it's not viral, but it's like a, it's like a local rapper or a local artist or something, and they're just really popular and, like, locally, but, like, globally, they just really haven't taken on. Like, I don't understand why this video that I have is the only one that's over, like, 40,000 views. I mean, most of the content that I put out, at least in my opinion, is way better than that particular content. But I guess it's because I titled it so incendiary that people comment off the title. So this asshole tells me I need to upgrade my discernment and blaming a whole group of people for my lack of responsibility. And I replied to the motherfucker like, what fucking responsibility do I have in being insulted? So let me make this sense. Let me try to make this make sense. I sit there and I tell you, after you help me with something, damn, motherfucker, your breath smell like fucking shit. And then this person goes like, yo, I helped this brother out. This dude, he needed help paying, to get his car out of lockup and shit. I go and pay his car, and I go to shake his hand, and then he says, damn, motherfucker, your breath smell like shit. And motherfuckers come to the video talking about, well, that motherfucker, you blaming all black men for your lack of accountability. Like, okay, so I guess in that instance, because the dude didn't brush his teeth or whatever the case may be, he could have just had halitosis. But he did me a solid. So the fact that this person helped me out, did me a favor when they didn't have to do it, and then I disrespected them in the process, this was even after, in the process of him helping me out, I disrespect him. He still helps me out, but he needs to take more accountability for his actions because I insulted him and he's talking about it. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And only female-bred children, men, women, and the females who are guilty as fuck for being the functional retards that they are would ever preach that the person being the response of the person being disrespected is more important than the fucking actions of the person who did the original disrespecting. Black people are functional fucking retards. That's what they are. They are functioning retards. And if you call them out on it or if you check them on it, you are the person doing the checking is the villain. I don't get it. I won't ever get it, and I don't understand it, and I won't ever understand it. That people are more upset with me over a video talking about, and that's what I'm thinking. They're not even watching the video. They're literally, what they're doing is, they probably heard somebody else say why they don't deal with black women. So they see a title similar to that. They assume I'm talking about that. That to me is a functional retard. Because if you can't take the time, if you're going to take the time to sit there and type me a fucking paragraph, take the time to sit there and watch the video and know what the fuck I'm talking about. So that when you make an argument, you don't make an ass out of yourself. Because a lot of these people are just fucking functional retards. They literally are functional retards. They have no logic. They have no type of intelligence. They can't even begin to understand and fathom the setup like this. It's just the way I did that video when I titled it, Why I Will Avoid Black Women From Now On, right? When you watch the news, what do they typically do? They'll set the story up. They'll say, tonight, a man in such and such city was murdered. More details coming up in just a few minutes. And then what do? They go into the story. So, even if let's make it about race, because this is typically what they do. They say, an unarmed black man was murdered today in front of Macy's. More details at whatever. But they'll say that. The way I titled the video was Why I Will Avoid Black Women From Now On. And then in the video, I proceeded to explain why I will avoid black women who act like that. But black people are functional retards. They go off emotions because that's how they were raised. They were raised by women who solely made decisions of how the fuck they felt. Yes, I know this dude is in and out of jail. Yes, I know this dude is fucking 5 other females. Yes, I know, or at least has children by 5 other females. Even if you don't know that they're fucking, but clearly he has the proof that he's been fucking other females. But he will be different with me, or fuck, everyone else is getting in on this gravy train. I'm going to get some money out this nigga too. So I'm going to have they make decisions of how the fuck they feel, not what's logically responsible and what's going to propel them on a positive plane for the future. So me talking about being disrespected is worse than the person who did the disrespecting. Only in the black community would that ever fucking make any sense. Because, let me tell you this. There's a video out right now of a black woman having her 1-year-old child snatched from her. Guess what they're not doing to her? Because, of course, she's this black queen with all this disgusting shit sewn in her hair. But whatever. She's the queen of the fucking community. One of the many queens, which doesn't make any sense because in any kingdom, you have a king, you have a queen. You don't have queens, you don't have kings. You have a king, you have a queen, you have princesses and princes. That's it. You don't have multiple kings and queens. But functional retardation. No one is going around saying, what did this woman do for the New York Police Department to have to rip her son out of her arms to lock her up? They gave the story of, and I don't know, and I haven't done any research on the story, and to be honest, I don't give a fuck. Because I'm to the point now where I'm really getting sick and tired of black females. So when cops or whoever else, dudes, white dudes, Asian dudes, whoever the fuck is like kung fu chopping these bitches, I'm to the point now, unless you are a sweet, demure black female who minds her business, doesn't argue with dudes online whom she doesn't know, I don't care about them. I don't. Unless you share blood with me and you treat me like a decent human being, or we're friendly and you treat me like a decent human being, I do not give a fuck about you. And that goes for anybody. Not just a black female. That goes for black male, white female, Asian, Hispanic male, female. I don't care. people in general. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of being hit with stupidity, and I'm supposed to just take it and be like, oh, well, yeah. Yep, I got to be more responsible for how I handle being insulted. But no one is questioning the victim. But when it's a different victim outside of a black female, the victim can be questioned and interrogated as worse as the fucking perpetrator. So people can come to me upset, angry, because of how I titled my video. Let me say it slow one more time. People are upset at the way I titled my video more so than they are upset about what I talked about in my video. Why? Because functional retards don't read. They can't read, they can't listen, they can't even focus more than 1 minute to even understand and begin to comprehend the story. So it's easier for them to go off how the fuck they feel as opposed to go off all of the fucking information that's presented. That's why a lot of them can't accept when the grand jury doesn't indict or convict or move to go to trial a cop who kills an innocent black victim, because they don't want to look at all of the environmental effects that led up to the event. They want to look at the fact of after the fact. Well, he only had a toy gun. Well, how the fuck was the cop supposed to know? Now, where that's some bullshit is in them open carry states. Because in an open carry state, you can carry your guns out in the open. So even if it's a real gun, motherfuckers still shouldn't be getting shot and killed. So they ain't got no case there. But at the end of the day, black folks are functional fucking retards. They get more upset at the victims because, especially if the victim survives, they get more upset at the victim because it's almost like they want the ability to do some fuck shit too, and they feel like if this person starts exposing it, they won't be able to do the fuck shit. So it's like they get angry, and so they come down on the victim so that the victim doesn't want to speak out anymore. They don't want to deal with the bullshit. But I don't know. Maybe it is me. I doubt it, but maybe it is. Maybe it's my fault because I'm not willing to pretend that none of this shit exists. I'm not willing to pretend that black women are just the greatest people on the face of the earth. I'm not willing to pretend that black women are more reckless with their reproductive organs than men could ever be. 80-20 rule. 80% of black females are messing with 20% no good dudes. That it is what it is. And because humans are humans, whoever's getting the most attention, that's even the most civilized person is going to act uncivilized if being uncivilized is what's popular right now. It's very hard to be a young person these days and not walk around with your fucking ass hanging out, with your jeans all tight and ripped up and sagging for no fucking reason. Because those are the dudes that are getting the attention. It's hard to walk around with your natural hair, with your God-given hair growing out of your own freaking scalp, when all the females that are getting the attention are the females that look like fucking peacocks and Duracell batteries. It's very hard to be a civilized person when uncivilized people are the idols in the community. And I'm just sick and tired of it, because even though the era in which I grew up in wasn't the best, it's better than what it is now. And at least at that point, we had respectable men who would not step in and try to be a simp stepdaddy, but they would step in and try to help raise. They would be a mentor to a lost young boy And if the boy accepted it, then good. If he didn't, then hey, life moved on. And they knew what the end result was going to be for that dude. But at the end of the day, there were men who understood what it was to be in the neighborhood. But now, these black bitches are so fucking toxic. Who the fuck wants to be around them? Who the fuck wants to be around their children when all they keep getting, all these, if you are a decent dude, you can't put your hands on them because the simp dude that she had the kid with is gonna fuck you up. She gonna fuck you up and probably get some other dumb black bitches to fuck you up too. So why would you even want to be bothered with a piece of shit little child because their parent is a piece of shit? But nobody wants to talk about this. And that's why they hate me. That's why they keep saying stupid shit on my comment section, because I'm not willing to sit around and let functional retards rule the day.